Yes, good evening everyone from wherever you are watching me from or wherever you are. This is Irene Sigah, Teacher Irene. I know the schools have just been closed and our learners are now at home and probably they need some revision or to learn something new, and that's why I'm here. I'm back. I was here there. I remember the other time when there was a lockdown also, and we tried and did something with my learners, and there was a positive feedback. Most of them were going with me. Some were going to the YouTube, visiting my channel, and also just learning something new. We do different subjects. I handle different subjects, and I know even this season when the schools are closed, we can do something. Okay, so today I'm going to meet class 6, and we are going to do mathematics. Though we'll be doing different subjects on different days, but today I've chosen we do some revision in maths. Okay, yes, so the topic I've chosen for today, as I've written on the board, is fractions. So we are going to do today class 6 fractions, and the subtopic or the strand is addition of fractions. So we are going to deal with the addition of fractions. How do we add fractions? Yes, so there's addition of whole numbers and there's also addition for fractions. So today we are dealing with addition of fractions. So let's go together. Now, what is a fraction? We start by asking ourselves, what is a fraction? A fraction is part of a whole. Part of a whole. So that is what we mean by a fraction, part of a whole. Let me demonstrate that. Part of a whole, for example, if I have my mango or an orange or just a whole, let me call it as just a whole circle. Now, if I divide it into, let me choose to divide it into 4 equal parts. The word is equal. They must all be equal. So I've decided to divide them into 4 equal parts. So now when I divide them like that, and I decide to shade one side or one part. So this is a fraction already. And which kind of fraction is it? It is a fraction which has got 4 parts, but I've shaded only one part. So it means it is 1 shaded out of 4. So that is a 1 over 4, which we can also call a quarter. So that's just an example of what a fraction is. So there are different fractions. We can have a third, that is 1 over 3. We have a half, which is 1 over 2. We have 1 over 5. We have all those kinds of fractions. So how can we add these fractions? So I know by now you know now what a fraction is. Now, in the fraction, for example, the one we have on the board, that is 1 over 4. The name of this number that is up here is called a numerator. Numerator is the number that is up, and the number that is down, the fraction, is always called the denominator. Good. So now we know this is the numerator and this is the denominator. So if you are told add the numerators, it means the upper numbers. Add the denominators, it means the lower or the bottom numbers. Now let's go on direct to what we should be doing. So how do we add fractions? For example, we have a fraction here I'm given. 1 over 4, that is a fraction. I'm supposed to add to 1 over 8. So these are 2 different fractions and you are supposed to add them together. So what do we do? The number one thing you are supposed to do is to look at your denominators. And which are our denominators here? It is 4 and 8. Now what do we do with them? We look for something called LCM. Let me write it here. LCM. LCM is the abbreviation for the least common multiple. That means the number that least, the smallest number that can divide this and this. Okay? So that is what we do in our first step in adding fractions. Now, we come here and say, what is the LCM for 4 and 8? So let's go there. This is how we look for the LCM. I will write 4 and 8. Then I will do that and do that. I know this one you've already done, and so you know what I'm doing. So once I've drawn that, I'm looking for the least number that can divide 4 and 8. So we will start with the least. Which one is that? Our least number here, I can see it's 2. 2 can go to 4. 2 can also get into 8. So how many times? 2 goes into 4 how many times? It is 2 times. I write there 2. And 2 goes into 8 how many times? 4 times. So still I can see there's some room. So which is the next number that can divide 2 and 4? So the next number also, if you check, it is 2. So we go to the least number, that is 2. 2 will go into 2 how many times? That is 1. So we are through with this one. Anytime you are dealing with the LCM, make sure the numbers that you are using outside here must be able to reduce these numbers inside into 1. So make sure the 4 is reduced to 1 and 8 must also be reduced to 1. So already we are through with 4. Let's go to 8. 2 goes into 4 how many times? Still 2. So we are not through with that one. We continue. Let's continue. We are through with the 4. We leave it there like that. So which number again can divide now 2? It is still 2. So we put there our 2. 2 goes into 2 how many times? Once. So we are through with both of them. We have reduced 4 to 1 and we have also reduced 8 to 1. So what is our LCM? LCM now we will come and multiply the numbers outside here. 2 multiplied by 2 and 2. So I will write here 2 times 2 times 2. And what is that? It is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So once I have my 8, then I have my LCM. Now I'll come back to my fraction here. 1 over 8. I can write this one now. Yes. So 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8. I will put an equal sign and I put a line like that. My LCM is 8. So I will put my 8 there. So let's continue. 4, this is the next step. We will ask ourselves, how many times does 4 go into 8? Or, which number do we need to multiply by 4 to get 8? Of course, it is 2. Eh? Is it 2? Yes. So I will come here. Once I've got my 2, I will come here and say, now 1, this one, I will multiply by that number, which is 2. Okay? Then the same thing we do with 8. How many times does 8 go into 8? Or which number do you need to multiply by 8 to get 8? Is it not 1? It is 1. So I will take that 1, I will multiply with this 1 up there. Are you seeing that? So that is the next step. Now, the next is, we will multiply 1 times 2, and we write our answer here, which is 2. And we maintain our sign here, plus. Then we multiply 1 times 1. We also get our 1 there. Are you seeing that? Our equal sign. So we will add the numerators, then we will bring down our denominator. Let's bring down our denominator. So what is 2 plus 1? It is 3. So that is our answer. Our answer is 3 out of 8. So that is how we add different fractions, or fractions with different denominators. They are different. We have a 4 and a 8. So if you follow the same formula the way I've just said, you look first for the LCM, which we got is 8. We bring it down here. Then we ask ourselves the questions we were asking. How many times does 4 go into 8? We multiply with the numerator. How many times does 8 go into 8? We get 1. We multiply with the the numerator. Then we add the numerator and we put over the denominator. So that is our answer for that. Is it okay? Good. So I want another example to demonstrate a different one. I'll not wrap this one. Let me use the other side. Now I'm given here now a different fraction. Let me call it number 2. It is 2 over 5 or 2/5. I'm supposed to add to 5 over 6. Look at that. So let's try and follow the same procedure we've used when doing this one, the upper one. So what do? Number 1, we look for the LCM, the least common multiple. And so what do? I will put my equal sign there and put that. I want to look for the LCM. So let's go this side and work out the LCM. LCM. So I will take my number 5 and 6, the denominators. We look for the LCM for the denominators only. So I take my 5 and my 6. So I'll put my 5 there and a line, a 6, a line also there. I can put just like that. Then I have that one. So I'm ready now to look for the LCM, the least common multiple. Now, which number is the least that can divide 5 and also divide 6? I think there's no number that can divide this and this at the same time. So what do? This is what I do. I start with the least that can divide. At least I can see 6 is an even number. And so if it's an even number, it means 2 can go into 6. Okay? So I will start with a 2. Why? Because this is an even number. At least 2 can get into it. So I will write my 2 there. But because 5 I cannot divide by 2, I will get a remainder, which is not, I should not get. In LCM, we don't need remainders. So I'll have to maintain my 5 here. But with the 6, at least, 2 goes into 6 how many times? 3 times. Are you seeing that? Good. We go to the next. Okay, check. Is there a number that we can now, after 2 or 2? 2 cannot help us now. We are through with the 2. So we check, is it 3 or 4 or 5? We check. So the number that I see can help us next is 3 because we have a 3 here. In LCM also we go step by step. You cannot go from 2 to 5. No, you are not allowed. So it is 2, then you proceed to 3 like that until we reduce all the numbers to 1. Mark that. So the number that can help us next here is 3. So I will write my 3 here. Can 3 go into 5? I will still maintain my 5. It is not going to go into 5. There will be a remainder. We don't need the remainder. So 3 will go into 3 once. So we are through with the number 6. It has been reduced to 1. So the next one to be reduced to 1 is this one. So which number again after 3 that can help us to reduce this number into 1? Of course it's 5. So 5 will go into 5 how many times? Once. So are you seeing we have reduced all of them to 1? 1 and 1. So that is our LCM. Our LCM now is 2 multiplied by 3 by 5. So we write here 2 times 3 times 5. So what is that? What is 2 times 3? 6. 6 times 5? 30. So that is our least common multiple, or the LCM. So I take my 30 and I bring it here now. So this is 30. So we continue now. We are going to this step here. We ask ourselves, which number can we multiply by? If we multiply by 5, will give us a 30. So you must master your table there, okay? So which number will you multiply by 5 to give you a 30? Of course, it's a 6. What do we do with the 6? We bring it up here. We multiply with it with the numerator this side. So we say 2 times that number, which is 6. Are you seeing that? Yes. Then the next, 6. Okay. Which number can you multiply by 6 to get 30? Which number do we multiply by 6 to get 30? It's a 5. So we bring our 5 here. So we'll multiply this 5 by 5 there. Are you seeing that? Next step is multiplying the numerators and adding them here. So let's multiply now. What is 2 times 6? 12. Then we will add, because of this plus, 5 times 5 is a 25. Are you seeing that? Good. So the next step is we add our, like here, we add our numerators and we put it over our denominator, which is 12 plus 25. Let me do it here. 12 plus 25, we will get a 7 and a 3. Our answer is 37. So I will bring my equal sign there and write 37 out of 30. So we would say that is the answer. Yes, it's correct. But now our answer must be simplified. So we will continue, we'll divide it. The way it is 37 divided by 30. So we can't leave our answer like that. We have to divide it to make it at least smaller or simpler. So let's divide it. We can't leave it like that. So 37 divided by 30. Let me use this space here. 37 divided by 30. That is 37 inside the box and 30 is outside. So 30 goes into 37 how many times? 1. We write our 1 there. 1 times 30 is 30. And then we take away, we get our 7 there. Are you seeing that? It's just an easy one. 7 take away 0, we get that. So that is our answer now. So we come and bring our answer. We can put an equal sign here, or let me put it down here now. So when your answer is like this, in fractions, Make sure when you're putting your answer, this number here, this number up here is always a whole number. It is a whole number. So I will come and write it here. 1, a very big one. Okay? Then this number that is here, the number that you get after taking away this 7 now, it becomes the numerator, and we put that. And this number that we used to divide 37 becomes our denominator. So our answer is 1 and 7 over 30. Okay? 1 and 7 over 30. So that is our answer for 2 over 5 if you add to 5 over 6. So I've demonstrated using a simple fraction, and also I've used a fraction that at least gives you some work to do. So this is how we add fractions with different denominators. The addition for fractions with the same denominators, which is so easy. You just add the numerators and you put over there the denominator, which is always the same. But if the denominators are different, like in our case, then this is simply what you have to do. So I hope up to that point, at least now you have an idea of how to add fractions with the different denominators. Just like I demonstrated the first one, this is the answer, and I demonstrated also the second one, this is the answer. Don't forget with the LCM, which is the least common multiple. And in case you've forgotten, go back to your work and just check the whole topic. Continue revising and checking on how to do the LCM. I know most people always have a problem with the LCM, but this is just a simple one. So go to your LCM. Anytime you are given fractions, just go to your LCM. That is how you will get your answers correctly. So for now, I think that's all. I want to give you some work here, but I know in your textbook, you will check the topic and you will get it. You can do some work, and then your parent can help you, or anybody can just help you with the work in checking if you are correct or not correct. So this is just one that can just help you. If you have time, you will just do it here. But if you don't have, then you will just do one sum of. So we have 1 out of 3 add to 3 over 5. So that one will help you. And the second one is 3 over 5 plus 6 over 7. Yes. So these two will help you. You can do them. Then you just check your answer. These are a bit simpler, and this is a bit complicated. So these ones are just an example of what I've also given you here. So up to that point, I know at least now you have some idea on how to do or how to add fractions with different denominators. So I want to call it a day so that you internalize that one as we prepare for the next lesson. Also, we are going to get another topic, and we are going to be doing them every day at least to revise a topic so that you don't forget with what you've done in school. Okay? So for now, keep safe. Sanitize, wash your hands, and keep safe. Make sure you don't go to places where there are so many people, because we have been told. So those are the rules that will guide us in this season. So bye for now. I know you will do the work, and then your parents will help you to even check if the answer are correct. Okay? So thank you for listening to me. In case you've missed this, you can go to my YouTube channel. There are a lot of things I've put there concerning different classes, different subjects, different topics, and I know through this somebody is going to learn something. Okay? Thank you for listening to me. God bless you.